Oh, I never doubted. I never doubted a single second. No, no. You cannot prove to me that I doubted this team. I believed in them every second of the way. I believed in them when they went down 3-0 to the Royals in the top of the first inning. Because you know why? I saw Bryce and Stott go opposite field. Holy shit, where did that come from? I don't care if it was a wall scraper. Bryce and Stott going opposite field to tie the game up in the bottom of the first inning. 3-run shot? Are you serious? Are you serious? Kyle Schwarber finally does something with his life. He gets 3 hits and a home run to dead center field. Where the hell did 3 hits come from Kyle? And also, just a casual Nick Castellanos home run. The man's back. He looks better. His swing looks better. It looks perfectly fine. And I got to get a lot of credit to Taijuan Walker. Start the game, the first 2 innings, it was not pretty. A lot of hard contact. Royals were basically swinging at the first pitch, everything. You can definitely tell, once again, similar to his last start against Miami, that the velocity wasn't there. Once again, that was the same reason. Struggled in the first inning, allowed a home run in the second as well. But basically, since then, he retired the guys so many in a row, so many shutdown innings following that, kept the team involved, kept the team in a position to win the ball game, and when they finally took the lead once again, when Kyle Schwarber made it 5-4, Taijuan Walker didn't back down. Taijuan Walker didn't give up. He kept battling throughout the entire game, and he still managed to go 7 innings in this game. So I do got to give him a lot of credit. Started off very shaky, finished off very strong. But yes, the velocity concerns to start the ball game off is definitely very concerning. But going throughout the game, his velocity was coming back, so maybe that's a good sign for his next start, that he will have the velocity, because he has been dealing with this issue basically a couple of times this year. I remember that one start that he had against the San Francisco Giants where he barely lasted a couple of innings because his velocity wasn't there, and he was getting hit around a bunch, and then the next so many starts in a row, his velocity was there, it was perfect, and he was pitching fine. So maybe this is just one of those other cases of a bump in the road where, past couple of games, his velocity isn't there. I hope there isn't an injury involved. I hope that isn't the case, because we've been, a little bit worrisome about that. But, like I said, still managed to battle. Still managed to, do that. Find a way to go 7 strong innings in this game. And hey, it's nice to see the offense pick up the pitching when the pitching is struggling a little bit. I think that's basically the most important thing this offense needs to do. Because the pitching has been doing so much, and I mean so much, to carry this team basically since June. Because the pitching has been fantastic since June, the starting rotation and the bullpen, that is. And when you're getting the sign of, okay, this series, the starting pitching didn't have it. Nola was not good in game 1. The offense was not able to back him up. They weren't able to, take the lead in that game and finish it off. The bullpen didn't help either in that case, but basically, the point still stands. Nola wasn't good on Friday. Offense didn't do enough to back him up. Yesterday, Christopher Sanchez was not good. Offense did enough to back him up, and the bullpen came up strong, i.e. Trey Turner coming up huge in that situation. Alec Bohm, Bryce and Stott, Bryce Harper, all doing their jobs as well. And then for today, Taijuan Walker has a little bit of trouble in the first and the second inning. Stott ties it up, 3-3, and then Kyle Schwarber gives him the lead when, he allows that 4-3 home run. Makes it 5-4. Taijuan Walker gets the backs of his bats. The offense has his back, and basically it works both ways. And you find yourself with a nice series win after that very ugly loss in the first game with Nola. And I'll give Taijuan Walker a lot of credit. When adversity shoves into his face, he finds a way to settle down and still finds ways to battle throughout the game. Cough, cough. Nola does not do that. Nola does not do that. So, yeah, that's where we're at. But hey, good for Taijuan Walker. MLB leading 13th win on the year. So that's also very nice to see. And now the Phillies are moving on to a 4-game series against the Washington Nationals, where they need to take 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 is the expectation. You got to keep winning series upcoming and continue to take advantage of the other teams that are around you losing in the wild card spots. Because if I look around Major League Baseball today, teams that are, focused on those wild card spots, the Cincinnati Reds, they're losing to the Washington Nationals right now, 6-3. The Marlins, they're currently getting shut out by the Texas Rangers 5-0 in the 8th inning. The Cubs right now, they're beating the Braves. They're fighting for that wild card spot as well, but also the Milwaukee Brewers, they're getting shut out by the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I think they just lost that game as the thing just updated. No, still 4-0, 0 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, so we'll see how everything there transpires. But hey, taking advantages when teams lose. That's what you need to do. That's the most important thing when you're in a heated race for the wild card, especially when there's so many teams involved. So you got yourself this win so far. I'm not sure what's going to be going on with the San Francisco Giants. I'm not sure what time they play, if anything, at this point. They just started their game in Oakland, so that game just started, so we won't find out anything until later tonight. But right now, you're 61-51, 10 games above 500, which is very nice. And you're 2.5 games above the Cincinnati Reds, who hold the third wildcard spot. You're 3 games above the Miami Marlins. You're 4.5 games. You're 3.5 games above the Cubs. You're 4 games above the Diamondbacks. And you're a half game behind the Giants for the first wildcard spot. So that's very nice. It's very nice. And, things could be a lot different. Right now, you're 3 games ahead of the Marlins. If the Marlins lose, that'll be 4 games. So that's a nice little, separation there. And say if the Giants were to lose tonight to Oakland, which I'm not expecting, even though they did lose yesterday, they're a very up and down team, very hot and cold. So who knows, they could lose today, but I'm not guaranteeing that any way, shape, or form. If the Giants were to lose, you would be tied for first in the first wildcard spot, which is very nice too. Which is very nice. So that's the most important thing there as well. But hey, taking advantage when teams lose, which is nice to see. And that's what this team is doing. Offense stepped up when your pitching struggled to start off the game. Basically, every Philly in this game had a hit except for Edmundo Sosa. And a lot of guys chipped in. And the long ball, the power. The power was one of the reasons why you won, these 2 games. The home runs. You hit 3 home runs last night. You hit 3 home runs today. Maybe that's a sign for good things upcoming. Hitting home runs with guys on base. Bryce Harper honestly could have had 2 home runs in this game if they didn't just die both at the warning tracks. He had one the right field, which died right at the wall, and he had one the center field, which the center fielder made a nice grab. It just died right at the fence. But it's also a good sign for Bryce Harper. He hit the home run last night, and it does seem that he's driving the ball a lot more, and especially getting the ball in the air, which is a very good sign for this team. If Bryce Harper can continue to drive the ball and he puts it in the air more, he's going to be seeing a lot more home runs. And when Bryce Harper is hitting home runs, he's going nuclear. He's going absolutely nuclear. And if Bryce Harper goes on a nuclear run where he's playing to MVP form, oh boy, watch out rest of baseball. Watch out the rest of baseball, because when Bryce Harper is going hot, this team could be very unstoppable. This team could be very unstoppable, and especially if Trey Turner figures out, if he can keep it going, because he did have another hit in today's game. I believe it was a double. Yeah, he had 1 hit in today's game, 2 strikeouts though, but he still got a hit. So, steps in the right direction. Definitely steps in the right direction. If, Schwarber, can go on a hot streak, gets 3 hits today, gets that home run. If we get a streak of a couple of games where Schwarber's constantly going deep, and he definitely has that chance against the Washington Nationals, because he does own the Nationals in his stint with the Phillies. If he can do that, this team can be unstoppable. And Nick Castellanos looks like he's bouncing back from his very sluggish July from after the All-Star break, hitting a couple of home runs in this series. Basically ever since, that Miami series where he hit the go-ahead home run in the 9th inning against David Robertson. Nick Castellanos definitely has been feeling himself a little bit since then, and it's very nice to see. We definitely need that version of Nick Castellanos back, and it looks like right now he's figuring that out again, which is nice, which is very nice. Alec Boehm continues to be hot as ever. Didn't get multi-hits in this game, but he still got a hit regardless. Bryson Stott with that huge home run. He's clutch as ever, and that's basically it. The bullpen today didn't really have to do much work. It was Gregory Soto and Jeff Hoffman, and they basically got their jobs done. That's basically scatheless. There was an error on Alec Boehm in that 8th inning, but it basically meant nothing because Soto just dealt with it with ease at this point. 11 pitches for Soto, only 9 pitches for Hoffman in their innings of work. So you don't have to use the bullpen that much, and that's basically even huger. That's not even a word. Huger. Bigger. That Taijuan Walker goes 7, to where, especially since he struggled out of the gate, his pitch count was still very low. Getting quick innings, getting quick outs. So, and also Bryce and Stott made a huge play, I believe, when the Royals were trying to tie the game up. That was a huge play by Bryce and Stott. So he did it with the bat, and he made a huge play out there at second base to prevent an RBI single from happening, and Taijuan Walker eventually gets out of that inning. Which was nice. Which was very nice. And also, credit to the Royals on a certain play. I believe this was... I think it was Stott, too. So Bryson Stott's involved in a lot of stuff. So Bobby Witt Jr. wasn't playing, but if you just look at the play that happened during this course, so Garcia at shortstop, and you had, I'm trying to look at who the second baseman was at this point. I believe it was Massey. So Bryson Stott hits one up the middle. Massey makes a dive and play on it. Realizes, I guess, that he can't throw but to get Stott out. So he dives for the ball, flips the ball with his glove to Garcia at shortstop. And Garcia is ready for this. It looks like this team has been practicing this for weeks. And it was a pitch-perfect play. It was beautiful. I'm like, what the hell did this come from? Because they did try that last night, too, against JT. But it didn't work. They tried that last night as well. But I'm like, what the hell? That was beautiful. That was amazing. So I get the Royals their credit there. But also, I'll discredit the Royals here because Salvador Perez got hit by a pitch in this game, eventually had to come out of the ball game. And for some reason, the Royals forfeited the DH spot in favor of Zack Greinke batting. But we never got the chance to see Zack Greinke bat. So they had to use so many pinch hitters in that situation. I was like, come on, man, you're robbing me of a chance to see Zack Greinke hit. Come on. At least have some fun with the game. You see Zack Greinke when that whole crap is announced, he's laughing on the mound when it's happening. I'm like, man, like, come on. Like, they're using so many pinch hitters in those situations. It kind of sucked. It definitely did. I wanted to see a pitcher hit, and especially with the way Zack Greinke can swing the bat, even though, yes, he hasn't swung in like years. Come on. Don't derail me of that opportunity to see that. Honestly, he probably would have gone deep, so it probably was the best case scenario, but I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it. That's just me. That's just me, though. So, if we look at this lineup for today, Kyle Schwarber 3 for 4, 2 RBI, Alec Bohm 1 for 4, Bryce Harper 2 for 3. I believe he also got hit by a pitch in this game. Nick Castellanos 1 for 2 with 2 RBI with a 2-run shot. Bryce and Stott 1 for 4 with the huge 3-run shot to tie the ball game up in the top of the first. Trey Turner 1 for 4 with a double. Edmundo Sosa 0 for 4. Garrett Stubbs 1 for 3. And Johan Rojas 2 for 3. Runners in scoring position really didn't matter for this game. Phillies went 1 for 5 in that scenario. Looking at the pitching, Taijuan Walker, 7 innings, 7 hits allowed, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 95 pitches. After the first and the second inning, he was very efficient, getting quick outs, and that's basically it. That is basically it. Soto and Hoffman did their jobs, and that results in a Phillies series win over one of the worst teams in baseball. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Series wins are basically the most important things at this part of the season. I wanted a sweep, but I'll take a series win. But I still want you to go 7-3 on this homestand, so you're only gifted 2 more losses. You have to win the series against the Nationals. And yes, 4-game series are hard to sweep. I'm not even asking for a sweep. I'm just saying win 3 or 4. And then win a series against the Minnesota Twins. That's basically the most important thing there. You have to win series. Win series, win series, win series. And take advantage when the teams that are around you in the wildcard standings are losing. In the past couple of days, you have done that. And that is the most important thing there as well. You have taken care of those situations. So the Reds, they're currently in the bottom of the 9th with 1 out, losing 6-3. So that will definitely help with the wildcard standings. Miami, bottom of the 8th, 6-0 there. So that definitely helps out our scenario as well. The Diamondbacks, they're currently playing the Twins. They're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Nothing there, so we'll find out that score when that game's over. But hey. Phillies win, 10 games above 500. Let's hope this just means with the way the offense swung the bat the past couple of games that they're going to be going nuclear for the next few as well. Because that'll definitely be very entertaining. I would love to see that. I think the bats really need it too. to go off like this, to find some confidence, and back up their pitching when their pitching didn't look as sharp to start the game with Christopher Sanchez yesterday and Taijuan Walker tonight. So, I think that was really important. And if we look at the rest of the schedule for this upcoming Nationals series, to look at the pitching matchups, every game is going to be a night game, I believe. Yep, 6:40 starts every single day, Monday to Thursday. So Ranger Suarez, he is going to be going up against Trevor Williams. He is 5-6 with a 4.72 ERA. Has been roughed up in his past couple of starts. I do remember him pitching against the Phillies earlier. He went 5 innings, allowed 3 runs. 2 of those were home runs, but he really settled in the rest of the game, so the Phillies can't let that happen again. Ranger Suarez, let's see if he can have a better performance than he has in his past couple of outings. Zack Wheeler is going up against Josiah Gray on Tuesday. He's 7-9 with a 3.54 ERA. Definitely a dude that can rack up a lot of strikeouts. Hasn't been doing that recently. Actually has been struggling recently, so look to take advantage of that. On Wednesday, it's going to be Mackenzie Gore on the mound. He's 6-8 with a 4.34 ERA. 5 runs allowed combined in his last 2 outings. Definitely a guy that you can take advantage of, but he's also a top pitching prospect, so he definitely can take over a game. We'll just wait and see what happens. That's Michael Lorenzen on the mound for the Phillies on Wednesday night. And then Thursday, the game that I'm going to this week will be Aaron Nola against Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin, he's 7-11 with a 5.03 ERA. We all know what Patrick Corbin is. You should be able to rake him. This is the first time you're seeing him all year, so I think it's due to rake against him. And Aaron Nola, I swear to God, if I go to that game on Thursday and Aaron Nola sucks, I don't know. And then you're going to have the weekend matchup with the Minnesota Twins. Christopher Sanchez, Taijuan Walker, and Ranger Suarez are going to be in the mound in that series. Dallas Keuchel's on Minnesota? When? Since when? I just saw this. When the fuck was he on Minnesota? 2-9 with a 9.20 ERA. Did he just get on that team? Oh, he was acquired by Texas. Oh, he was acquired from Texas. Previously with Arizona, acquired by what? Acquired by Texas. That doesn't make sense. How is it? What? When the fuck was he on Minnesota? Okay, that just threw me in a loop. I have no idea what the fuck just happened there. But still, 4-game series against the Nationals. Look to win 3 out of 4. 4-game series are hard to sweep. Win 3 out of 4. Winning series are the most important thing. That's what you got to do. Yep, that's the most important thing. And the Giants, they're already winning 1-0 over the Athletics. So I'm looking towards, the Giants probably winning that game. So don't get your hopes up there. But still, you're 2.5 games above the rest of the teams, soon to be 3. So that doesn't bother me whatsoever. Just take advantage of the games that are in front of you. And if the Giants lose, the Giants lose. You can't do nothing about it. The only time you'll see the Giants again, which you'll have control of in terms of the standings, will be August 21st through the 23rd at home, when you have a 3-game series against the Giants. That'll definitely be an important series in terms of wild card standing-wise. They swept you in San Francisco. Why not return the favor back home? Why not? So yeah, that's where we stand today. Very nice series. And also there was an update on Brandon Marsh. So let's see what the news was here. This is from the Phillies. This was before the game. So Phillies placed outfielder Brandon Marsh on the 10-day IL with a left knee contusion to fill his spot on the 26-man roster. The club selected the contract of infielder Weston Wilson from Lehigh Valley. Wilson's first appearance will be his major league debut. So I think the Phillies avoided the worst-case scenario with Brandon Marsh. 10-day IL. I think Rob Thompson, I believe he said that it's going to be like a 2 to 3 week thing, 2 weeks at best for Brandon Marsh. So yeah, you definitely avoided the worst-case scenario with that. I want to see the full thing here. I want to see the full thing on Brandon Marsh. So let me go to Alex Coffey because I think she put a detailed thing out there on Marsh. Here we go. Yeah, he was on crutches in the clubhouse this morning. He's in good spirits. He says he knows the injuries are a part of the game. This team will provide an update on his knee later. And the update, Thompson said the prognosis for Brandon Marsh is probably 2 or 3 weeks, and if sooner than that, that is great. He has a left knee bruise. Marsh went through testing, x-ray, and an MRI, which showed no structural damage. So, you Avoided the worst case scenario, which was very good. And also, Alex Coffey did provide some more injury updates. Christian Pache could possibly start a rehab assignment on Tuesday, so that'll be good to see. And Jose Alvarado will throw a batting practice session tomorrow. If that goes well, he'll start a rehab assignment on Thursday. So a little bit of good news on the injury front with Pache and Alvarado, and we're just going to wait a little bit for Brandon Marsh. That sucks though for Marsh because he was just going so good basically the entire year. So that probably means you're going to be seeing more of Schwarber in left field. If not, they'll probably put Cave in left field when Schwarber DHs. That'll be the thing I expect at this point. So yeah, most important thing there. We do have a voicemail here on the Anytime Hotline. We can get there to Sean. You can leave those at 215-839-9885. Thoughts and opinions on anything Phillies-wise, Phillies sports-wise, you could definitely leave those there. You can also utilize the YouTube live feed. Your preference at the end of the day. So let's get to seeing what Sean has to say about this Phillies series win.
All right, so first off, Amadeo, I've noticed over your last few videos your enthusiasm level's been a little lackluster, so I'd like to take a moment to give you a standing ovation. Anything I can do to help you out and try to improve your performance, that's what I'm here for. Now, as for the day, I mean, the Phillies, started off the series on a rocky note, but ended it on a high note. I mean, you won the series against a team you got to beat. I mean, and I'll tip my cap to Taijuan Walker, kind of similar to his last start where he started off a little rocky but got it together. I was never a big fan of his coming into the season, but he has more than done the job as a fifth starter. You couldn't have asked the guy in that role to give you more than what he's given the Phillies. I think today's his 13th win, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty impressive stuff. The bats came to life today. It was good to see, but you got to keep it rolling. You have another inferior team coming into your stadium. Keep getting wins and keep getting help.
Exactly. Couldn't state it more myself, and thank you for the round of applause there, Sean. I would say yesterday I was just tired, and also I had, I ended the stream early just because of some other personal things that I don't want to say because it's disgusting. I'll just put it, I had to go to the bathroom. That's basically the reason why I ended the stream last night early. But I appreciate the round of applause there, Sean. I'll make it worth it like Trey Turner did yesterday. But yeah. Got to take advantage of a Washington Nationals team. You got to do it. You got to do it. They have won 3 straight, and most likely will be 4 straight coming into this series, but that shouldn't matter. That should not matter at all, unless they counted today as 3 straight. Did Washington sweep Cincinnati? Did they sweep Cincinnati? They did. They did. So it's 4 straight wins because they won the series against the Brewers too. So technically you got a hot Washington Nationals team. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. I know this team beat you in a series in Philadelphia. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Go and win a game. Go and win a series. Go and win a series. Offense needs to show up this series. Definitely do. Because there has been holes in a little bit in the starting pitching recently. So definitely it's nice seeing the offense back up the pitching this series. But can't go quiet again. Cannot go quiet with the offense again. Got to keep pounding. And maybe the power with the past 2 games. Maybe that's a sign of good fortunes to come. 3 home runs yesterday, 3 home runs today. Maybe it could mean something, especially with the way Bryce Harper's driving the ball lately. Missed 2 chances at a home run today, but it's a good sign that he's putting the ball in the air and driving it. It's getting close. Getting close. So yeah, I think that's where we're at. I think it is. I want to see if there's anything else on Twitter. And I'm also waiting for these other games to update just to see what's happening. So the Rangers, they're in the top of the 9th, 6-0 over the Marlins. So that'll soon be a 3-game lead on the Marlins in the wild card standings. So right now the Marlins are tied with the Reds, but that's going to update eventually. So, yeah, most important thing there. Most important thing there, you're taking advantage of times when teams are losing. So, there you go. There you go. That's nice. It definitely is. And I do believe the Chicago Cubs, they are beating the Atlanta Braves right now, but with the way the Brewers are playing, with the way the Reds are playing, I don't even think the Cubs are focused on the wild card. They're focused on the division. With the way that Cincinnati's lost 6 straight. So either their little hot streak and they're coming back down to earth. The Reds are below 500 at home. Shocking. Shocking. Yeah, the Brewers are 3-7 in their last 10. The Reds are 3-7 in their last 10. So, yeah, the Cubs are just creeping up on that. They're trying to take advantage of the teams in their division losing, and they're trying to creep up on the division. So, they're least worried about the division right now. Least worried about it. So, yeah. I don't think there's anything else on Twitter in regards to, Rob or anything like that. I think it's just, something that's we'll just look forward to. Yeah, Bryce Harper did say in the post game today that with the way, the fans have been amazing this year, like sold out crowds consistently, and that's exactly what happens when you win. When you go to a World Series, the fans are going to come. The fans are going to show up, and the fans have shown their support this year. Citizens Bank Park has been basically a sold-out venue, basically every single home game this year. I was there yesterday. It was insanely packed. Every game I've been to has been insanely packed. Like, the fans are showing their support. And I think the players are starting to, see that further and further. And Bryce Harper continues his expert pandering level, saying that he wished he started his career here. I don't think that's a shot on the Nationals or anything like that. I think that's just him pandering to the city again. And I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Bryce Harper needs to teach. Like, seriously, every new person that comes to the city of Philadelphia, regardless of the sport that you're playing, you should take pandering 101 with Bryce Harper. I just think that's the case. If it's an Eagles player, Sixers, Flyers, hell, Union. If you're a big player coming into this stadium, yeah, I think you got to learn to pander. I think some of the guys that are on the team are taking that from Bryce, definitely. I think I did see something from Bryce and Stott, like, talking about the national media, talking about the fan base too. So, they love us. I don't mind it. Let me get to some of you guys in the comment section, and I got to look at my second monitor because right now my software, it does this weird thing once in a while where it logs me out of the YouTube, chat thing to where I have to look at the freaking other monitor to my right, which actually has the YouTube stream there. So I got to read the chat and look this way. So mind me for that. Looking at some of the guys here. How you doing, Star Wars? How you doing, Scott? From the Bulldog, who started for us from the top to the bottom of the order, the ultimate team win. Exactly. Yeah, 13-4 for Taiwan Walker. Definitely deserved the win today. Mets are going 11 games under 500. Yeah, the Mets are a mess. They haven't won a game since the trade deadline. They're waving a white flag. They're going on a downward spiral the rest of the season. Do you feel sorry for the Mets? No, absolutely not. Their misery is my gain. Sorry to the Mets fans that are actually subscribed to me. Sorry. Not sorry. Sorry. Not sorry. Yesterday and today, all negative Nellies mysteriously disappeared. Friday's game was a fluke. David. Always cherish your optimism. Always do. Always cherish it. That's a shame. What an implosion by the Mets. Anyway, one game at a time against the Nationals. Time to make the hay while the sun is shining at Citizens Bank Park. I do agree with that, Scott. I agree. Walker settling down. Hands pitching for the Braves. Oh, God. Was Brad Hand the reason why they lost to the Cubs? Is Brad Hand the reason why the Braves are losing? I got to see that, actually. Is Brad Hand the reason why they are losing? Brad Hand. No, he's not, actually. He actually pitched a clean inning. What else? Worried when Jeff Hoffman came in. He's been very hit or miss this year, but when he hits, he really hits. And it's really fun to watch. Harper's power is back, ? From Philly G Steak. Home run yesterday and a robbed home run today. This is, like I said, if he looks like he's driving the ball consistently, getting the ball in the air. Seriously, he could have had 2 home runs today. One that he got right on the hand that died right at the warning track in right field, and the one that was in center field, which probably would have gone out if not for the center fielder. So he's driving the ball a lot more, and especially with the home run yesterday, he crushed it. And he also drove a double off the right field wall yesterday as well. So I think he's figuring something out. And I think we're in for a good ride with Bryce. I really do not like to look too far ahead, but the Twins are pitching Dallas Keuchel next Friday. I thought he was out of baseball. That's what I thought too, Scott. That's what I thought too. Now on the Eagles open practice. Yeah, freaking my dad confused me today with saying that, oh, Eagles practice is next week because I saw it on the sports complex calendar. No, it's today. It's today. It's today. God damn it. God damn it. Wonder what progress Rhys is making. I think if Rhys even does come back, I don't think Rhys would come back until the playoffs. I think that's where he's at, in my opinion. I don't think he'll make a comeback like September or anything like that. I just don't see it. From like everything that I see, like they talk about him. Like even though it's showing signs, yeah, he's running on the field and everything like that. I just think it's more playoffs is the timeline for Rhys if that's the case. Trey Turner can play center field. Why not play him there sometimes? That could be an option, but I don't think that's Rob's priority for that situation. You got a capable center fielder in Rojas that can, play sometime. And if Pache does come up before Marsh comes up, you got a Pache in left and Rojas in center. So that can definitely be more than capable of doing anything there for the time being. Still want to catch the Giants for the first wildcard spot? Oh, no doubt. I would love home field advantage for a wildcard series. There was a stat last night that was over 40,000 last year. Oh, yeah. Fans are showing up this year. That's what winning does. That's what winning does. Citizens Bank Park always electric in the postseason. Yeah, exactly. Am I going to the open practice? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. It is too hot for me. We went food shopping today. I hated the heat. I hated the heat. I did. Even it's like, it's 90 degrees. Like, seriously, I would give anything for the weather that we had last week. Nice, low 80s. Nice breeze outside, and the temperature at night is in the low 60s. I would take that any day of the week. Not this high 80s, 90s bullcrap that eventually gets humid out. Terrible. Terrible. My God. I'm not built for the heat, as you can see. As you can tell. I'm more of a fallsman. Nice, 70-degree day out. The transitioning into the fall weather. Mid to late October. Early November. You see the breeze start getting down there. Hoodie weather. Jean weather, even though I still wear like shorts in the house regardless, but a nice comfortable weather. You can have the windows open and everything like that. It's perfect. Perfect. In the past, open practice usually meant one season-ending injury. Who knows? I'm not guaranteeing anything. Not guaranteeing anything. Oh God. Oh God. Oh yeah, Sean, what's your side topic here? What's your thoughts on the Erik Karlsson trade to Pittsburgh? What are your thoughts on that? I feel like you have some thoughts there. Just so a little end topic here. Not on baseball or anything, but an end topic. In my opinion, I'm like, hey, go for it. Pittsburgh, you got a bunch of guys tied up in contracts that are on the wrong side of 30, locked up long term. Malkin that just signed an extension last season. Letang and stuff too. Now you got Erik Karlsson. Yeah, he scored over 100 points last year, but he was also like a -20 on a terrible San Jose team. Erik Karlsson on the wrong side of 30. Like you're borderline mediocre. Borderline mediocre at this point, like a bubble wildcard team. Malkin and Crosby and Letang are only getting any older. You signed Jory long term, which is not the right move. Just not the right move. Have you seen Jari in the playoffs, Pittsburgh? Like, seriously, you've hand first experienced that. Like, seriously, their ceiling is wild card, maybe third in the division, getting eliminated in the first round. That's their ceiling. That's their ceiling. That is their ceiling. So, yes, trade all your futures away. Trade everything possible to delay the inevitable rebuild that you desperately needed to go to like a couple of seasons ago. Pittsburgh needed to rebuild basically around the same time the Flyers needed to rebuild. And Pittsburgh, they're doing what Chuck Fletcher did, prolonging everything. Prolonging everything. And I love it. I love it because, their downfall will be hilarious while the Flyers rise up. Rise up. Rise up. Still feel Hart's getting traded. Oh, yeah, I definitely feel that's happening. I definitely feel it. They just extended Harrison. I just had this weird stipulation about the whole World Junior investigation about, with the Strickland podcast saying that there was five significant players that are going to be suspended. He knows the names, but he can't say anything yet. I'm just scared because I hear significant players, all the stuff with Carter Hart, like you got a lawyer. He didn't say anything publicly about anything, even though he did say he was, helping the investigation out as much as possible and, willingly talking with the police and investigators and all that stuff. I just very skeptical about it. I don't think Carter Hart's that guy, but looks can be deceiving. And I'm not saying Carter Hart is that guy. Well, we won't find out anything until the report is released. I don't know why they're, wouldn't the NHL want to release, get these guys suspended before the season starts? Eh. It's just that, but I do just, regardless of what happens, I do feel Hart's gone. I just feel like at this point he doesn't want to go through a rebuild. Because if you just look at the patterns, what Danny Briere is doing, like he acquired Cal Peterson, basically, yes, that was a cap dump and everything like that, but he drafted 2 goalies in the draft. He signed Kolosov, who's over in the KHL right now, to his entry-level contract. And he just extended Harrison. So, if Hart, regardless of what happens with the World Juniors, I think right now Hart just wants to win. I'm not sure if he wants to be a part of a rebuild. So, if he's not part of this World Junior investigation, if he's not a name that's part of it, and his name is cleared, and trade talks resume again, and you get a boatload, a truckload for Carter Hart, I guess at this point you got to take it. Because the team is very high on Sam Harrison. Tortorella, Danny Briere, and all that stuff. Remember going into last season where Tort said that Harrison was the hardest working goaltender at the, training camp? So you never know. Oh, yeah, I switched to the hockey talk because I wanted to get Sean's input on the Carlson trade. That's all. Because Sean, and, good hockey guy. It's always fun. And, I think I'll get more into the Flyers talk this year. Because even though they're not going to be a good team this year, at least the games will be exciting because, the bright future that is ahead. And you're constantly watching, Cutter Goetze and Matvei Michkov highlights. It's some fun stuff. I'm not going to lie. I'll actually enjoy myself going down to the Wells Fargo Center, this season. Last season I didn't enjoy it. This I probably will. Because I know the direction that the team is heading in. We actually have a clear path. And I trust Danny Briere and Keith Jones to do the job. But yeah, back to the Phils. Series win. Now, move on to the Nationals. Another bad team. Yes, they're on a winning streak. I don't care. Win 3 out of 4. Offense, the power showed up these last few days. So, let's see if we can continue rolling. That's all we need to see now. Let's just see. Take care of the Nationals. Looking at the other teams that are losing around you and continue to take advantage of that. So, looking at the updated, scores and everything like that. Looks like the Marlins officially lost. I'm assuming the Braves lost to the Cubs. But even though that more revolves around the division instead of the wild card standings and all that. So, yeah. Phillies, I want to see the updated standings just to see how many games are actually above the Marlins. Yep, 3 games. No, 3.5 games. They're above the Marlins 3.5 games. Same thing with the Cubs, above 3 on the Reds. Nice stuff there. Some very, 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 very nice stuff. I like it. Who pitches next? Yep, Ranger pitches next. Ranger is tomorrow. It's Ranger, Wheeler, Lorenzen, and Nola this series. In that order. And sadly, I'm going to the Aaron Nola game, but also, as a consolation prize, I get to see Patrick Corbin pitch and hopefully get destroyed. So, hopefully that's the consolation prize. But yeah. I think that is going to do it for this recap, everybody. I think that is going to be it. That's doing it for tonight. 40 minutes through the stream. Thought I'd go a little longer for how short yesterday was. So yeah, I appreciate you guys as always. If you are new to the channel, I definitely recommend you hitting that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, definitely recommend the channel to other people. It would do me a great service to keep growing the channel. You know, be nice to see that. Just got over 800 subs. Let's keep it growing. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to use the code TTPSPORTS. $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Thank you once again for joining, everybody.